Hello everyone, welcome to another episode 10 of the DAGG Podcast. Today I am joined with two very special guests. The first time we are actually having two guests on the podcast. First of all, we have our first guest ever, the one who has already appeared in 2 episodes. This is his 3rd episode. NintenCisco, please reintroduce yourself one more time.
Hey, NintenCisco here. Hey guys, I'm NintenCisco. I do I have a YouTube channel where I like to talk about video games and a lot of Nintendo stuff like Metroid, Pikmin, and Pokemon, and all that good stuff. Yeah, so I'm glad to be here on this Pokemon episode. Really excited for you to have me. So thank you.
Of course, and our second guest is none other than Mr. KnightSky, co-host of the Nintendo Podcast. Please introduce yourself.
Well, DAGG said it straight up. I can only introduce myself as a co-host of the Nintendo Podcast. I remember the episode I was on was right before the first one, so that was pretty cool.
A week before the Nintendo Podcast, so you were here first. That's all I can say. We couldn't talk about it, but now that it is well known,
now we can.
Now we can.
Yeah.
How's that? How's being in the Nintendo Podcast?
Oh, it's great. It's honestly like something I did not expect to really even like be considered for. Shout out to Wood because he reached out to me a couple of months back and was like, "Hey, like you'd be perfect for this. I love your vibe. You seem like a genuine dude. And surely you're good at video games." I don't know if he knew that or not. No, he didn't say that part. But no, he it was just like a genuine like moment, and he was like, "You know what, you'd be cool for this." And like I think I've done about like I hate to say I'm sorry. I think I've done about like 6 or 7 episodes now, where we've and like it's all been like different topics, like Pokemon. We've had guests on. We've done speculations. We've done like leaks coverage, all that kind of stuff. So a lot of like stuff. Yeah, and it's really cool. We're like I'm still having fun with it. We'll talk a little bit later too, I'm sure, about like the guest we just had on the Nintendo Podcast, which was Scott the Waz, which that was insane. But no, seriously, all right, enough intro from me. This is your podcast, DAGG. I'm honored to be here. Thank you for having us both here again.
Of course, you guys are amazing. I love having you guys here. And today we're actually going to cover a series of Nintendo news that actually happened, including the Pokémon Presents. But the first topic I want to cover is, did you guys know which anniversary also happened during this week?
This past weekend, or like just this week in general?
Like just a few days ago. Besides Pokemon.
Zelda.
Not Zelda. Well, yes, Zelda, but we're not going to talk about Zelda.
Oh, something else?
Yeah. The Nintendo 3DS turned 15 years old.
What? You're kidding me.
No,
15?
No, 15.
What?
The
Oh
console's been out.
It came out in February?
Yeah, it came out in February.
Wow, that's like half my lifetime. Wow.
That's
I was 15
crazy.
when it came out, I guess. Whoa.
Wow, that's crazy.
Wow.
I was 8 when it came out.
Wow.
I was about probably 9, 9 or 10.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you something. I still play my 3DS.
Me too.
You know what?
Me too. Me too.
I have my games all over the place. Yeah.
You have it on?
Man.
Aha!
There you go. I
don't have
Galaxy
mine.
Street Pass a couple days ago, yeah.
That's awesome.
Street Pass
I got my DS games right here.
Sweet.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, like I think a lot of people don't understand, like when they call it like the dark age of Nintendo when the Wii U was out and there was just like a lot of like crappy games and it just wasn't like going anywhere. I think the fact that the 3DS was like still going strong at that point, I think that made it a lot more bearable.
Yeah.
Because like mobile gaming at that point, you either had your phone or a DS. There wasn't any crazy handheld that from Sony. Or wait, no, sorry, I'm sorry. There was the PS Vita, but there wasn't like there's so many different new handhelds that are coming out. Like right now, the Steam Deck, the Switch 2 right now, the ROG Ally. There's just so many like different handheld things. I think the DS is the 3DS especially just like it's part of our childhood.
It's
man.
the
and you said
gaming console. It's like I have so many amazing memories. That's when I first started playing Zelda. that's when I first started playing, for example, Super Mario 3D Land. Some of my favorite games are on the 3DS, like Kid Icarus Uprising. My favorite game of all time, which is Majora's Mask 3D, is on my 3DS, and I have the new Nintendo 3DS XL Majora's Mask edition. It is just filled with some of the most amazing memories. Which are some of your favorite games? Let's start with Cisco.
Well, okay, so some of my favorite games are well, you mentioned Kid Icarus Uprising. Return of Samus Returns, the remake of the
the Metroid.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That was a big one.
You big Blast Ball fan? Federation Force?
No. That was the Dark Age. That was the Dark Age where it was Hey Pikmin and Federation Force. That's where I was at the computer like weeping, like how
and
this
Chibi Robo
happen?
Ziplash. Yeah, that's what I was
Chibi Robo. No. Now that I played the Chibi Robo on GameCube, now I realize why Ziplash was so terrible. But man, even just Pokemon, like we're gonna talk about Pokemon this episode, and like Pokemon X and Y, as much as hated that got, those days you would walk around and you could battle people, and you could, you'd have street, or you could battle online and trade people online. Like that was a whole new thing at that time. So I was gonna tell a funny story. My 3DS was like my phone in those days. Like this is an embarrassing story, but it's a funny story. I would use my 3DS like a phone, bro. One time, like people were bringing it up, but I thought they were complimenting me. I didn't realize I was getting made fun of. That like I would bring my 3DS to church, and like I would take notes on the Notes app.
No
so
way.
So this dude had, I would have like the pastor's like, God loves you, and I'm just like, God loves me. Like I'll be writing that on the 3DS.
Hell yeah!
I'd be taking that to the little social groups they would have, and I would just be like, whip it. I would have it for any little thing. I think the one time they were talking about like they were referencing Kirby and like one of the songs, and I whipped out the Smash Brothers and I put the music. I'm like, you're talking about this one? And they're like, how do you? It's an MP3 player as well. I'm like, no, it just Smash Brothers has like a bunch of music on it. And they're just like, what? I just every situation. Here comes Cisco with the 3DS. Lots of good memories. Some of it a little goofy, but hey, I mean, I was young, but lots of good memories, man. Lots of good memories.
That's awesome.
Nice.
I'll stop it there.
What about you, Scott?
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Good memories.
Ooh, yeah. So, at least for me, my first 3D. So the one I have here, the Galaxy one, that is, I want to say like my second or third 3DS I've ever had. The first one I got was like I think the black regular one, the smaller one.
Yeah.
And then I had a purple one. I think that one got destroyed somehow. Like it broke. So the Galaxy 3DS one was like the one that I always played the most. In terms of games, I mean, Pokemon was just I really liked the Pokemon 3DS games. I know, yeah, like Cisco said, a lot of them kind of get some hate, especially like X and Y and Sun and Moon. The Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire remakes were awesome though. I remember having a great time playing those, and just catching and transferring so many Pokemon. I also really liked the Kirby games we got on 3DS. I think they are some of the best ones. And my personal favorite, one of like my favorite games ever, is Kirby Planet Robobot. And that game on the 3DS is so good that like it's one of those games that's kind of like making like the rounds of like a rumored like Switch port or something, which I hope they do.
I really hope
because that game is just so fun. There's just so many cool things and the gameplay's fun. So it'd be awesome. But yeah, playing on 3DS was really cool. I will say though, I don't know if I'm sure about you two, but like I know for me especially, some of the games that like came out earlier on, I didn't really like using the 3D feature for too long. I only really used it for like a couple seconds just to see what it looked like, and then I was just like, yeah, no, never mind, I can't do that.
Yeah, no. Like there were certain like Zelda puzzles that I used them, or for example, in Super Mario 3D Land. That 3D feature actually works amazing, and Kid Icarus Uprising as well. But it's almost every time just a little bit of time because my eyes hurt. It's just uncomfortable. Then you kind of like have your 3DS, and then you kind of like twist it a little bit, and it starts to fade away and has this weird effect. So yeah, I barely used it, to be honest.
Yeah. I gotcha. I think it also is just like you could tell, like, and I think Nintendo realized at some point, like, the kind of shifts away from like even like having games be compatible with the 3D feature, just because they're like, you know what, no one's really using it.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the 2DS. They made the 2DS as the alternative. Like, hey, if you just want to don't use it, just buy the 2DS. And then there's the 2DS, the new Nintendo 2DS XL, all those stupid ass names for them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I think I'll tell you what though, they were like the built-in features or the built-in like software that came in it. Like I'm talking, face raiders.
Face raiders.
And like
the AR,
the R cards.
Yes.
Oh man.
The AR cards.
They're so fun. So they work well with that, and I'm sure we can talk about those too. But like, well, for what it needed to be, like, yeah, it's a gimmick. It's a 3D thing. You can switch it on and off as much as you want. The choice is there. So the choice is you don't have to always do it in 3D. And I think they probably learned obviously from like the Virtual Boy.
Yes.
Well, I mean, maybe did they really? We'll see.
Well,
but
they just released it again. But yeah, sure.
Right, exactly. But like, yeah, I mean, I'm sure they realize like if your like eyes are kind of like squeezed into like this one section, it's just a blaring red, just kind of like red light. Then yeah, it's not going to feel great. So
actually, now that you mentioned the Virtual Boy, do you know that it hasn't come out in Latin America, and probably never will.
Oh really?
Yeah, like there's no way for people in Latin America to get the headset, and we cannot actually download the app because it's not available here. So even if I manage to get the visor, I cannot play the game. Like there's no way unless I connect to an American internet when I travel to the US, download it. But even so, like, you know how the NSO does sometimes updates to check if the software can be played. If that happens while I'm here in Mexico, I cannot play the games.
That's
interesting.
Dude. Because I was going to say, I'm like, well, you know, you might possibly be coming to the States later this year. It would be cool to just get you one, you know, and
but I can't
have your hands on it, but you can't because of the
software. Won't work.
It won't work.
And this folks, is why people choose physical over digital.
Exactly.
It's true.
Because we will enter into a era where they can monitor everything you're doing and shut it down.
Exactly.
For any little reason. And that's why we like physical media, folks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Precisely.
Physical games.
Moving on a little bit because we have spent over 12 minutes on the 3DS alone, which is fine.
Oh, wow. Already?
Yeah, already.
We gotta talk. We gotta keep going.
This one is kind of minor, but it's really important to me. Pancito Merge, which is a Mexican indie game, was just released. I got in touch with the developers. They actually just followed me on Instagram, both the official account of the game and the developers. But this indie Mexican game in which you merge Pan Dulce, which is kind of like Suica game, actually got the #1 spot on the eShop, competing with Resident Evil, Minecraft, and Pokemon FireRed and LeafGreen.
I'm glad to hear this.
That is very cool to hear.
I still need to get that game.
Yeah, your gameplay convinced me it looked fun, Dad. I really liked it.
Yeah, I want to play it. It looks awesome, and your video was very well done.
Thank you, appreciate it. But yeah, it's something that makes me really proud because seeing a Mexican indie game with Mexican indie developers reach that level to be able to compete with the big names just makes me really proud. I think they are now on number 6 or 7. But it just makes me proud. They've done a really good job. So just a huge shout out to them. Congratulations on the game. And now we can talk about the Pokémon Presents. It is Pokémon's 30th anniversary. We just had Pokémon Day. A lot of Pokémon news happened, especially during the Presents, starting with the Game Boy Music Player. Guys, which are your thoughts?
Cisco, you go first. I know what I want to say.
What are my thoughts on overall the whole presentation? Man,
the Game Boy.
The Game Boy Music Player.
The music player.
Yeah.
Oh, the Game Boy. I'm gonna give it a big ol' meh. I'm seeing a lot of people excited for the Game Boy, but so when they first showed it off, it was the little, it looked like a little MP3 player, and I said no way. They got a little device that, like a little Game Boy device, where you have all the songs loaded onto it. Bro, they hit you with that 45 cartridges. Are you kidding me? Bro, no way. Like, I'm sorry. I was not into that. I was like, and it's not even like different cartridges. It's just red and blue. And like, I'm like, what am I gonna do with a stack of
Where are you gonna put them?
45 cartridges? I'm gonna lose one, and then I can't listen to SSN or something. Like, no, bro. So I don't know. And it's 70. I mean, I saw people were already eating that up. You know, whatever Pokemon makes, people are gonna buy it up, even if it's just a little bag of air. Hey, I get it. But I get it. You know, I'm part of the problem too. But it's just, that one was not for me. If it was just one device, kind of like a Game & Watch, you know how Nintendo's been doing the Game & Watches, how it's just one device, you buy it, and everything's on there. Yeah, no, like that's how I was hoping for it to be, but it ended up being 45 cartridges. I can't get over that. I'm like, they really thought that was a good idea. I'm sorry. I'm like very negative about that one. Anyways,
no, that's fair. It's fair to say.
I'm excited to hear what you guys think.
Yeah, so first off, shout out to Litz. Our boy the Litz was at Nintendo New York for the Pokémon Presents. He was with Chicken Dog and a bunch of other Nintendo personalities and just a lot of fans at the store, and they watched the Presents. But from what he told me, they actually revealed when they revealed like the jukebox itself, they actually said they revealed it in the store as well at the same time. They're like, hey, by the way, you can buy them here. So he bought one. And he said like straight up, like if they didn't have it at the store, I probably would just never have gotten it. Like I just had to buy it because again, like Nintendo, Pokemon.
Yeah, the hype
it's
of
in the moment.
Yeah.
But I'm with Cisco on this. I think it's cool. I mean, you can kind of see above my head right here, I have a Game Boy, just chilling there. But like, it's 45 different cartridges.
It's a lot.
Like I was just telling Dag already. Like I've been kind of getting back into retro video game collecting, and I don't have enough room for a lot of stuff in here. So like, if I get that, where am I going to put another Game Boy that's even smaller than this? And where am I going to put those 45 cartridges instead of like a little tiny box or something? I'll tell you what though. We talked about this actually on Nintendo a little bit as well. The fact that the box, if you look at it on the front, it just looks like a very like kind of Game Boy like thing, and the sides are just the Pokemon Red and Blue logos. Yeah. We kind of thought like, what if this means that like other games might also do this?
That's
as well?
what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say.
I heard you guys say that on the podcast.
Yeah. If it's not just limited to Pokemon, then like, could you do Mario? Could you do Zelda? Could you do maybe like Donkey Kong or something?
Yeah.
Like,
I hope they go all in with those cartridges. I hope they make billions of those so I don't have to buy them. So I hope that they make them way more than Amiibo, and that way every time they go, now bring in the Zelda ones, I go, something I don't have to buy.
There you go.
No, I can just imagine them being in Japan, for example, as gachapongs, for example, and every time you get a random song from a different like game. That's what I was thinking. Like maybe they sold the player and you can buy one for $1, $2 each of whatever game you want. Metroid, Zelda, another Pokemon game. Pokemon Yellow, because you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
you can get a bunch of different games. Like Super Mario Land has some of the most. I really like the Super Mario Land music, like the main theme, like dan 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 dan.
Yeah,
I really like that song. So having that as an MP3 player sounds great. But for now, it's just a waste and collector's trash, to be honest. Like I just have to be
and
real.
Cisco,
It's
you just said it. You just said it too. Like the fact that like it's $70 and like I don't know. I'd rather buy Pokopia than get that. And it's come to that point, so I will pass on it. I think it's a cool concept. I just no thanks.
If it was Zelda, maybe I'll get it.
I don't even know.
I don't know.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Well, moving on. We also got the announcement of a brand new TCG set, which looks like a celebration of all Pokemon, kind of like a chrome rainbow look. We still don't know much. We just know it's coming, but that's just going to be a nightmare for scalpers. Like
it already is.
It already is, and this one is just going to be worse. That's my theory. And also, Pokemon Go turns 10 years old.
10. That's crazy.
Pokemon Go.
Like, do you guys remember the first Pokemon you ever caught, or the first event you ever did with Pokemon?
Yes. So I was in summer camp in 2016, and they still let us have our phones because it was a tech camp.
Yeah.
And I remember downloading the game, and like we got to pick our starter, And then like we used to like, oh, like guys, there's a Vaporeon over there. Like, oh shit, let's go. And then we were trying to like catch it, whatever. I remember like people, there were like some like accidents in the city, like people weren't paying attention to like walking in the middle of the streets and shit like that. So like it was a wild time, but like everyone was outside. Everyone and their mother was just like walking around trying to catch Pokemon. It was so cool.
What about you, Cisco?
For me, that when that game came out, I didn't have a phone that could run it. I had a really old phone, so I had to buy a smartphone.
You bought a smartphone for Pokemon Go?
Oh yeah, yes I did. Yes I did. In those days, ooh, yeah, I was begging. So I think somebody sold me their phone. And,
oh really? Okay.
Yeah, I think an old friend was upgrading and said you can have mine, and I think it was like a Sony Xperia or something. And I was like, let's go. So I have it, and I was in Puerto Rico. So I went to Puerto Rico, and that's when, man, I had so much fun. Like I was in Puerto Rico and the rainforest, El Yunque, and all this stuff, and I'm just like looking for Pokemon, and I remember there was one time where the classic Dratini, where everybody runs to Dratini. So I found a Dratini, and I said it out loud. I was like, a Dratini's over here, and then people are just getting up and like running, and like, oh, it was so much fun.
Oh, that's cool.
And so, such good times, man. So I have a lot of Pokemon still in my Pokemon Go account, because it tells you what location you bought them from. So I have so that my ace in Pokemon Go, and I'll always remember him as my ace, is Starmie. Because that is the one that I was using for every battle, everything, and it's the one from Puerto Rico, my Starmie. So that was like awesome. My signature. As like I always like talked about the Cisco. I'll narrate my stories like Cisco with the Starmie and going around finding Pokemon. It was such a good time.
Oh my god, that's awesome!
Such good times.
I was in a similar situation where my phone was. Well, I didn't have a phone. I had an iPod, so you couldn't actually use the camera. So what I had to use was my mom's phone. So I actually, every time I wanted to catch Pokemon, I had to use my mom's phone, and the battery would run out so fast, and she would get so mad at me for trying to catch Pokemon in Pokemon Go. Like, Mom, there's a Charizard over here. It was just like a fucking what was it? A Kabuto or something like that. It was no Charizard. But I was really into Pokemon Go, but I had to use my mom's phone. And she got really pissed off at me. But yeah, that was the good old days. We also got an update for Pokémon Café. I guess no one plays Pokémon Café. Pokémon Sleep, new missions.
I used to.
You used to?
News coming to Pokemon Sleep. That's kind of cool, but
I've never used it.
There's the usual mobile game lineup that we usually get stuff for anyway. So.
This one's actually kind of exciting if I still play the game, but Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno are coming to Pokemon Unite.
That looked cool, yeah.
I didn't know Pokemon Unite was still strong, to be honest.
There's so many Pokemon that you can pick from now, from what I'm hearing.
I was trying to get into that, but I hated the UI. Like it was like throw up on the screen.
Oh yeah.
And then it was the same. Like I was really into it for like about 2 weeks, and then it was just the same thing over and over. And it's got with the live service games, you got to update that. You can't just let it sit there. That's why Marvel Rivals right now is like so peak, because they're constantly updating it.
Yes.
Constantly there's a new map, and constantly there's a new character. The game is constantly changing.
Yes.
Yeah. And then that's why Overwatch died, because they were the top of the world, and they were like, yeah, we're good. We don't got to update the game, as the fans were begging for content.
Yes.
Please, we need something, yeah.
Yeah, so Pokemon Unite, I feel like goes in that category. But I know they added a bunch of Pokemon, but every time Pokemon shows an update, it looks the exact same. It's the same map. It's the same dunking the points into the. I'm like, bro, no, it's the same game over and over. So I let it go.
The only good thing about that game for me personally, like I had fun for it for like 2 weeks as well, was that I think it was update 46 or 47, when they had mariachi outfits for all the trainers, and there were special Mexican outfits for several Pokemon. So I remember that being cool, but never got into it after that. Like after those first 2 weeks, that was it. But yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, sounds about right.
Now for a game that I think you guys are still playing, not me, but I think you guys are, it's Pokemon TCG Pocket. which just
Yep,
got a brand new set, Paldean Wonders.
I literally just opened up a pack right now, yeah, just to kind of see what to refresh. So, I mean, I'll tell you what, I've gotten to the habit where, like, I'm just checking every day, and, like, it's fun to kind of do it. It's, like, a nice kind of little digital collection, but, like, I'm not trying to spend, like, actual money to get the Poke Gold and then to reduce the time and all that kind of stuff. And also, like, I kind of, like, stopped doing the battles part of it as well. I just kind of like collecting it and trading. And it's just like a fun little thing to do to pass the time. If anything, I'm getting back into Pokemon Go, especially because of the anniversary stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's still fun just to see the cool little cards, but it's a fun little kind of gimmicky thing.
I remember I got so mad because I used to play it a lot, trying to get all the Pokemon from the first packs they ever released, and then my girlfriend downloaded the game. Who was actually the guest in the past episode, episode 9. But I remember one of her first packs was a God pack. So she actually got 3 gold Mewtwo's, one immersive card, and another EX card, and I got really pissed off at the game and stopped playing after that.
Makes sense. Yeah. That's what it is with some of these games too.
Exactly. Next up, we also got Pokemon that's TCG Pocket. Pokemon Gale of Darkness XD coming to the GameCube Nintendo Switch Online. I've only heard amazing things about the game, but I still don't know shit about what the game is about.
So you also haven't played it, because Linkachu hasn't played it.
No, I haven't played it ever. I know it's so expensive, but I haven't played it.
Oh, like just like the GameCube version of it? Yeah. It is.
So,
it's pretty pricey.
You know, the thing is, back in those days, the Gale Darkness Coliseum, those were like the 3D Pokemon, right? Whereas the mainline games are 2D. But even though now currently the default is 3D, it still doesn't hit the same like those. You know, because I feel like the animations were stronger.
They're more exaggerated.
They're more exaggerated. You know, they get hit, they're like flipping and stuff. Like,
yeah.
Like, dude, oh man. The music, Gale of Darkness is such a good game. Like,
what's the story of the game?
The music hits every time.
Like a spoiler.
The story of the game is that what's the bad guy's name? Is it Sylph or something? Or
that's on Zilf right now.
I don't remember. It's been so long since I played this, but basically they've been having like shadow Pokemon. Okay. And you have this like technology where you can steal people's Pokemon. So you steal the shadow Pokemon and raise them, and that's how you're like kind of getting your Pokemon team. And you gotta at the end. Well, I should never beat this game because my file always got corrupted at the same part. I don't know if it was I don't know if my memory card was bad or if it was the game itself. But like every single time I got to the same part, I've done 3 playthroughs. Every time I reach the same part, my save file gets deleted. So I'm so excited to play this so that I can finally play it all the way through because I never got to Shadow Lugia. I've gotten very far into the game. I've gotten like towards the end, but I never got to Shadow Lugia. So I'm very stoked for this.
Interesting.
But yeah, I don't know what the ending is like, but I just know that Shadow Lugia is part of the plot, and you're trying to like basically save the Shadow Lugia.
Wow. So they are like clones of actual Pokemon?
No, they
are the Pokemon. They're just corrupted.
They're basically Pokemon that got abused, so they turn shadow. That's what I remember.
Whoa, that was dark.
Yeah, some heavy themes.
Wow, interesting.
Do you watch Pokemon Celebi? The Pokemon Forever?
Oh yeah.
It's basically that. The Dark Ball, they turn evil.
Have you seen that movie, DAGG?
No, I've only seen Pokemon 2000.
Oh,
and
okay.
3D animated Pokemon film as well.
Okay,
dude,
then we gotta watch.
We gotta do some marathons. What the heck?
We do. There's so many good Pokemon movies.
I haven't seen any Pokemon movies like at all.
They're
especially
good.
The first like, let's say 5 or 6 movies are like the best.
I think all of them up until like at least Diamond and Pearl, even like including Diamond and Pearl, I think are the best ones. Afterwards, some of them kind of got a little like goofier, but like yeah. Like,
the first 3 were like philosophical and like
yes,
they were so good, and then they wanted to go more of like a kiddish route. So I guess.
Okay.
I guess.
We'll watch the movies together, DAGG. That'll be our plan.
We have to, man. I would love that.
Look, guys, I'll be honest. I am, or I guess you guys know due to the podcast, but I'm not a Pokemon fan. Not because I don't want to, but because I find it intimidating. I find it so intimidating
Really?
to get into Pokemon, to learn about the C moves, to learn about Mega Evolutions, because especially with the first generations, like you need certain abilities on certain Pokemons to do stuff, but you cannot actually trade these Pokemon because then you messed up or self-lock or stuff like that. Like all those
I see what you're saying.
in-depth stuff, like that terrifies me. I don't want to get frustrated, not enjoy it. It actually scares me seeing how, you combine grass type and poison and do this to certain Pokemon, but you cannot do that. And learning all the names of all the Pokemon, like it's just too much. And that's why I haven't gotten into any of the games.
I think
I tried.
think that's
I tried getting into Pokemon several times. I tried playing Pokemon Yellow, didn't enjoy it as much. I tried getting into Pokemon again with Let's Go Pikachu, but that's like one of the worst games to get into Pokemon.
Maybe your problem is you've just been playing too much Kanto stuff. You've been playing too much like Gen 1 related things.
I was gonna say, actually, DAGG, I think a lot of people wish they were in your position.
Really?
Because to experience it all over again. That's why we get so excited for new generations, because we get to go on one more adventure and meet new Pokemon and stuff. The fun of Pokemon, I understand I know exactly what you're talking about. If you look through all of them and you think Mega Evolutions and Z moves and Mega what was the Dynamax? Like it's too much. But that's not like, don't worry so much about that. Play a Pokemon game, and the whole thing is that you have your buddy, whoever your starter is, and you go off and you play an adventure. Don't worry so much about, like, Pokemon games are so easy. Like, babies can beat those games, but like, don't worry so much about like, I gotta like know this stuff. No, just enjoy the adventure. It's all about, the creator who made Pokemon. His intention was like how he went in his backyard and go on adventures looking for bugs and stuff. It's basically all that, and that's why I love Pokemon so much. It's I am a very big nerd. I mean, remember what ZA came out, and within the first week I had like 75 hours or something.
Yes.
Everybody was hounding me down like, Cisco, what are you doing? But yeah, because I love to be very knowledgeable of all this stuff. I'm a super ultra nerd about Pokemon, like KnightSky as well. But deep down, the very core of why I like Pokemon is because I like having my little Pokemon and being like, come on, let's go on an adventure. And then you got to down like walking behind you, and it's like, that's the fun of it, and I don't know what to expect. And then, you far off into the distance, you see like a Squirtle walking around, and then you're like, I need to get the Squirtle. And that's what it's all about. And yeah, there might be things you don't know. You didn't realize that Squirtle beats fire, and all of a sudden, your fire type gets knocked out. And you're like, dang it, man. And it's like, but that's part of the fun. That's part of what the game's about.
I would agree with that too. And like, at least for me, like I started like watching. I watched the anime. I collected the cards, played the games. I had like T-shirts. I have like collectibles. Like I was Pokemon pilled ever since I was a kid. And I think that's also part of it, because like there's so many things that like when you're a kid that like you grow attached to.
Yes.
And like as you grow up, like sometimes stuff like when you grow up, like the stuff you enjoy as a kid, it kind of fades away. Whether it's like food or just entertainment or whatever. Like, 'cause I mean, there's so many things that like I used to like when I was younger that I don't like now. And, like, even when I look back, I'm like, how was I even into this kind of stuff? But video games, especially, I feel like are something that like they just grow with you, and I think that's really important. And Pokemon, at least, especially, the idea that you can, regardless of how old you are, like you can start and go on a fun journey with your partner. It could be like one Pokemon like forever. It could be multiple Pokemon. You can battle with your friends. You can trade. You can try to collect them all. You can try to be the best trainer. You could try to find shinies. You could do, I get it. It's a lot to do.
Yes.
And I think that's really cool, because like whatever you choose to do, like you won't be wrong for it. Like you can enjoy whatever you do in Pokemon. And sure, the number of Pokemon is also a little bit intimidating. We have over 1,025 now.
And forms now.
And forms and whatever you want to put in. And we're going to get more with Winds and Waves. But my advice to you, like if you are considering getting Winds and Waves for the future, I know we'll talk about that as well.
Yes.
I would say, keep an open mind, because like there's just so many Pokemon and different types. Don't worry about like the matchups and anything else you have to worry about right now. Just what you like. Like if a Pokemon to you looks cool, if you like the vibe of it, by all means, catch it, train with it, battle with it, develop a cool little partnership, and go from there. That's the best piece of advice I could give you.
Actually,
modern Pokemon games too tell you the matchups now.
That's true.
Do?
There's a lot of like helping out.
Yeah, if you're selecting attacks now, it'll say like super effective, ultra effective, or something like that.
Oh,
I don't know what the new one was. But I will say, yeah, like my closing statement with that is like Gale of Darkness. It'll be free or not free, but you have the subscription, so you can try it out. Give it a shot. Maybe you like it. I'll play alongside you, man. I'm so excited to play Gale of Darkness again. We're all gonna be playing that. So actually, play alongside us, and
there's a Pokemon game that I do own, but I haven't played yet, and that's Pokemon Legends Arceus. Should I start with that one?
That's a good one too.
Is that like a good place to start, especially if I'm going to Japan? I know it's kind of like retro Japan, like old Japan. Or should I wait?
It's very unique. That's a very unique game.
Yeah,
because I've just been playing spin-offs. I haven't played a mainline actual game, and I don't want to play Arceus and then be disappointed or still don't know anything about Pokemon because it is not a mainline game.
Well, I'll say FireRed's available now. FireRed and LeafGreen if you want to spend $20
We're trying to get him out of Kanto.
Too much Kanto. You're right. Yeah.
I'm like 5 hours
I've been playing the shit out of it today. I've been trying to see what I could do in the game. It's fun.
I was going to buy it, but I still have a huge backlog. I need to finish Super Mario Galaxy 2, so I want to finish that one before getting into Pokemon. I do want to get FireRed. I do want to get FireRed.
Ooh, yes.
Even if I don't finish
Hell
it.
yeah.
That's guy. Who do you? Yeah, no, And of course, you know who to hit up if you got questions. We'll always be the answer.
Of course. You guys
like even today, like I was like,
yes.
I mean, okay, don't call me that because apparently I got a lot of stuff wrong on the podcast. Dude, they're flaming me in the comments.
This man was like, "There's Coliseum 1 and 2," and they're like, "No, there's only one Coliseum." No, there's 2. I'm like, "No, NightSky, no!"
I lost my credibility, man.
He was arguing with beat 'em ups. No, there's 2 Coliseums. There's only one.
No, okay.
I know you got it mixed up with Stadium. I know what you were doing.
But then the other thing that really threw me off was like did dual types exist in like Gen 1, like Game Boy era?
That was a hard debate. Even
I was like, I don't know. Like, did it? Because it was like, no, Bulbasaur was always grass type. It just had learned poison powders. It's only a poison move. I was like,
no, I will say this. I will say this. Watching the podcast, sometimes NightSky does a take, and then Sully and Woods get on his back, and like NightSky will be right, and they will just be he's
like,
wrong.
No,
he's
like,
wrong.
No.
They don't like. I know they're goofing off too. I know they like to goof off, but like sometimes I'm like, dang, like they're so wrong, and they're just like taking out NightSky, like they're wombo comboing him, like you're wrong. I'm like, he's right. Anyways. Yeah, so I remember being like, yeah, there was dual typing in Gen 1. And then but Woods was so like adamant about it that they're not being dual types. Even I was like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not true.
That's the power of persuasion. Like that's
And then I was like, no, there has to be because it doesn't make sense. Like you brought up a good point, like Articuno, and then like I was like, Charizard was always fire flying. There was no way it was just fire. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was
how does that work? But like the one that made me stump the most was like because Bulbasaur, because like it's the first because we were looking at the list here, like there's no way that like the first ever Pokemon was a dual type and then like fire and water, and so we're like, was that true? But okay, it is true. It has always been grass poison. We stand by it. I'm gonna reinforce that next week as well. But yeah. No, that's I gotta up my game in the Pokemon knowledge.
You got some things wrong, but you got some things right. And sometimes you were the only one that got it right. So,
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Pokemon expert.
That's my boy. That's my boy. Speaking of, we finally know the reason why Pokemon FireRed and LeafGreen are actually sold separately and not on the NSO, and that's for the fact that they are going to be Pokemon HOME compatible, which.
Yes.
For my understanding, it's a way in which you can transfer Pokemons from one game to another game, right? How does that work?
Yeah.
Like, how does that not make you overpowered? For example, if I have a legendary Pokemon and transfer it to another game.
So I'll go first, and then you can take the rest of this, Cisco.
Yeah.
For as far as my knowledge, like that's always existed, like since let's say, like even since like the early days, because like the reason why that FireRed and LeafGreen, like I know obviously because they wanted to remake like the first gen, but it fits so well for the GBA because Ruby Sapphire came out first, and it was a way to link like essentially 3 generations of Pokemon all together because you couldn't really bring your Game Boy Pokemon, like original Game Boy, to like fire to Hoenn or like Ruby and Sapphire.
Mm-hmm.
And because the GBA had like the cool link cable functionality,
Yes.
you were able to trade with amongst others. But then it's really like hard how like to do it like the official true way because you have to bring it from the GBA games to Diamond and Pearl with the dual the DS with the Game Boy Advance slot and the DS slot.
Yeah.
And then from Diamond and Pearl you bring them to Black and White, and then Black and White you transfer them through Poke Transfer on the 3DS to Pokemon Bank to X and Y. And then you transfer all of them to Pokemon Home. Like it's a lot. It's a lot to do.
What madman would ever do that?
Exactly. Dedicated fans would because they would love to see their Pokemon on.
I do it once a year.
Yeah, I do. I have to like kind of remember like what am I moving, but Home. The idea behind Home is that it's meant to be easier to not only like move them all to one spot, but to move them between games like multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are some games that when you transfer them over, you can't put them back because why would that make sense? Because you could teach your Pokemon a move that doesn't exist yet, let's say in that game, or it evolves into something that you can't put back into Fire Red and Leaf Green or Black and White. So that's why Home exists right now. And the way that they kind of broke down the functionality is that you can transfer stuff from Fire Red and Leaf Green to there. You can't bring them back. So once you do, like they're on there forever. Mm-hmm. You can bring them to Sword and Shield, Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet, Legends Arceus, Legends ZA. Once that works, once the functionality for Legends ZA comes on, and then also assuming Winds and Waves when that comes out, you can also bring Pokemon from Pokemon Go onto that as well, and then move them on. And they also mentioned too in the little graph they showed. It's a really complicated, weird looking graph. But you can also link it with Pokemon Champions.
Yes, sir.
So you can bring your competitive Pokemon onto there. And then also maybe swap back and forth and be like, okay, I want this team because I trained him so well in Sword and Shield. Boom. Now he's in Champions.
And
but
in
for
Champions,
example,
you can permanently.
So, for example, if I transfer a Pokemon from Fire Red to Pokemon Home, for example, I transfer a Squirtle. I cannot use my Squirtle anymore on Fire Red because I lose him forever. And now he's...
it looks like it's a one-way transfer. That's yeah. So you would need. I know. I was bummed out.
Part,
I was bummed out about that too because I was hoping I could place them in Home and then bring them back when I start a new save. Yeah. Looks like it's not going to be an option. So unfortunately, looks like you're going to have to like if you have 2 switches, you can have like Leaf Green on one and Fire Red on the other, and like transfer them back and forth. Not as cool. I was hoping, when I said I wanted home support, I was really hoping like I can kind of put him, a 2-way transfer. Mm-hmm. It's a 1-way transfer, but I'm so cool with that. Because currently, if I wanted to transfer a Pokemon from Fire Red, I would have to go exactly what NightSky said, like that whole way, like using the DS and then Poke Transfer and then Bank. Oh, it's too much.
But then, real quick, like it's a permanence to it too, right? Okay. When you do the long way, once you move them from Bank to Home, you can't bring them back to your 3DS like at all.
Yeah.
Whoa,
so
that's
like the risky thing, and that's why I haven't moved a ton of like my original teams over because like I'm kind of scared. I'm like, and that's kind of what you were saying too. I think DAGG is like you don't want to like do something that messes up.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't want to lose my Squirtle, and like if I have a Squirtle and I want to transfer it, but not being able to also use them again ever in Fire Red, like I lose my
in that game. Yeah,
my Donatello is lost forever. Like that sucks.
So I will give you the inside scoop of how Cisco does it, but still remains all his Pokemon in his games. In Emerald, I know in Emerald, I don't know if it was also Ruby Sapphire, but in the GBA games, there's a glitch where you could duplicate your Pokemon, and it still exists, because obviously they can't update it. Mm-hmm. And so I duplicated my Pokemon, so I still have my OG team in Emerald with my Fire Red Pokemon as well, because I would transfer my Fire Red Pokemon to Emerald, and then I would duplicate them and then send them back. And then... on top of that, too, I don't know if there was a way to do it in Diamond, so unfortunately not with Diamond. But I know in 3DS, for the 3DS games, there's something called save states, and it's a little device you could buy, and it basically downloads your save file, or you could use it to duplicate your Pokemon. What is it called? 3DS Power Saves, I believe it was. I think it's like $15, and it has like it's like the what's it called? Game Shark? Is that what it used to be called?
Action Replay? Is that
Action Replay? Action Replay.
Yeah.
It's like the Action Replay of 3DS. And what I use it for is I duplicate my Pokemon, or I change their stats and stuff if I want to. And then that way I have my Pokemon team still in the 3DS games.
Yes.
And everything gets transferred over to the newer games. And I do this not just because I want to also just retain the same teams in each game. I do it because of what you said, of the fear of losing the Pokemon that I've had since I was a child. I don't want some weird thing to happen. Like we saw with Greninja, he was stuck in Pokemon Home for so many years, and it's like, well, great, now he's stuck there. I can't use my Greninja. And I was very terrified of like something happening, because also like there's no cloud saves for Pokemon games on the Switch. So I'll be devastated if something happens to my Switch and then I lose everybody.
Of
so
course,
that's what I did. So I mean, I would still lose my Switch Pokemon, but at least all the ones from my childhood, like my Blaziken, Charizard, all of them would still be alive through my games that I still have.
The other thing too is that I forgot to mention that Pokemon Home is free to start. So what you get is one box, like right out of the gate. But if you want multiple boxes, you gotta buy a subscription service.
What kind of idiot would pay for that?
I know, right? That's the unfortunate thing. It's like $1.99 a month, like to have more boxes for your Pokemon.
I pay $15.99 a year to.
So you could do that too, yeah.
But I mean, I use it. I have more hours in Pokemon Home than I do on some games.
And then if you're the serious collector, then that makes sense for you. But yeah, either way.
I do have to say one thing. Add one more thing. We didn't answer Dagg's question. He said, if we're transferring Pokemon, why wouldn't it be super OP to just bring a Pokemon in? That's what the badges are for. So the badges are your level cap. So if you have a Pokemon, if you only have the first badge, you beat Brock, you beat his Onix, you have the first badge. I think it's like up to level 30. I believe 20 or 30 that the Pokemon can obey you. If your Pokemon start going past that, they'll stop obeying you. Hence Ash's Charizard that was being very naughty and not listening to him. It's because the Charizard's power level was way too high for Ash. Which, I mean, he had all the badges, so I don't know how that works.
Weird.
Yeah, but in the game, that's how it works, is that you have to get badges in order for Pokemon at a certain level to obey you. Otherwise, they do. It's kind of funny though when you don't have enough badges, your Pokemon will do whatever they want. So sometimes they will attack. I actually beat Pokemon Violet this way. I did a run where I just had overpowered Pokemon, and I just had to keep pressing. Sometimes they take a nap. Sometimes they hit themselves. It's like they do goofy things. But sometimes they will obey and they'll attack, and then that's how I did my Pokemon Violet run, which is really funny. Actually.
Wow, that's interesting. Wow, okay. That makes sense. So you can transfer them, but they just do whatever the fuck they want.
They won't listen to you. And however Winds and Waves works, especially, but at least for for Sword and Shield and for Scarlet and Violet, there are things in place to be like, oh, if you bring a really OP Pokemon, it won't listen to you until you're almost at end game.
Okay, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyways, moving on. Thank you for the explanation on how Pokemon Home works. That's really useful. Now I am clear with doubts. Pokémon Champions is also coming in April. I'm returning to the Pokémon Presents, which is a fighting game, right? That's focusing just on fighting and having battles.
Yeah.
Just the competitive aspect of Pokemon battles,
That's
which I
awesome.
think is cool, because I like how they're kind of splitting it, because I feel like that was always the big, kind of not gimmick, but you have a new Pokemon game, you have a new generation. Obviously, you're thinking of okay, let's have a competitive, viable team, and then start doing stuff. That's what they use for their Pokemon's official video game tournaments and championships and all that. Is they use Scarlet and Violet and those Pokemon and how it's been raised and all that. But Champions now gives them a way to not have to worry about generation, waiting for the next generation. You can always have Champions, and you can just update it. Whereas now you can bring Pokemon from this game into there. So if you're really serious into leveling up your Pokemon, training your Pokemon, your EVs, your effort values. If I know a lot of, or at least one of the trailers show that You can use most of like the gimmicks, quote unquote. So you can use Mega Evolution, you can use Z moves,
Dynamax.
Terrestrialization, Dynamaxing.
Whoa.
Like that is just like pure Pokemon battle. Like it's like the anime.
Yeah.
There's like in the most recent or the last like season with Ash as the main character. His final battle, he uses like all the gimmicks. He has the Mega Ring, he has the Dynamax Ring, he has the Z Crystal. It's so
Everything.
cool.
He doesn't have
so
Z Crystal.
cool.
Oh, Z Crystal. Yeah, I was thinking the crystal.
Yeah, he doesn't have the
the Terra
terrestrialization.
Crystal.
Yeah, the Terra. He doesn't have that one. But
Z
yeah,
Crystal
it's so
he did have.
cool.
Interesting.
It's so Pokemon Champions, you're able to change the stats of your Pokemon. That's something that you're going to be like earning rewards towards.
Mhm.
And so there's this it's not official, but there's this website called Pokemon Showdown. And so people can just like create their own teams and battle online. It's a really cool site, and a lot of competitive players use it because it's very fast paced, and you don't have to go through the grueling process of like raising your Pokemon and training them. You just put, there's like sliders for the stats, and you put it how you want, and you battle. So I was always like, I don't understand why Pokemon themselves haven't done this. This is a genius idea. So that's what Champions is. It's essentially Pokemon Showdown, but their version of it.
But an official one.
Because
yeah.
also on Showdown you could do that too. You could do the different, all the different, like terrestrialization or like Z crystals or anything. And then, yeah. So when we were doing the podcast earlier in the intro and all that, I was reading up on Champions because that's something I'm really interested in. Because I saw a tweet saying that they're gonna do this thing. I don't know if this is true. I couldn't find a source for it. But they're going to be a subscription service for that too. That you can only have it for like 30 Pokemon, and then you're going to have to pay like how you do for Pokemon Home to have more Pokemon.
Oh no!
But I don't know if that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's true. I wouldn't put it past Pokemon. But the thing is, I hope not, because Pokemon Champions, from my understanding, is supposed to be the new competitive scene. That means if you want to get into Pokemon competitive and Pokemon VGC, that means you're going to have to be paying lots of money for that. I don't think that's okay. I think that's kind of lame. Because you have to buy all the games on top of it.
Integrated on the NSO, and that's it. If you want to charge.
Maybe, yeah. The other thing too that I just realized is that it's also a mobile game, so it works on your Switch as well as your mobile device.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where it comes in a little bit, but yeah, that doesn't really sound too great.
I saw some people commenting, saying that this might be only if you're not connecting it to home, like you were mentioning. The people who are just doing the mobile game might be doing microtransactions to have bigger parties.
Yeah.
But I think if you have Pokemon Home, you're buying the games. They should not be punishing you, making you pay more after buying all the games and DLCs. Because the thing is, when you play Pokemon competitive, you still have to buy all the video games and the DLCs and stuff because they have exclusive mods that you need. So like Ogre Pond was the DLC for Scarlet and Violet, and at the time, that was like one of the top mons, you know, and it's like you have to have Ogre Pond on your team in order to be kind of playing this VGC seasons, you know, and it's like, so to put more paywalls, I hope they don't, and I hope that I didn't see any sources for it. I looked on the website. It's just talking about that you link it to home, and it takes your Pokemon. Now, the warnings I read was that not every Pokemon will be transferable. Like they have a certain roster, and only those Pokemon can be transferred in and out. And it did say that when I was talking about you could change your Pokemon stats, they're permanent. So if you change your Pokemon stats, like especially FireRed, LeafGreen, those are the hardest ones to get the best nature and IVs and all that.
Yeah.
When you change the stats in Pokemon Champions, then those Pokemon will be permanently like, you know, beefed up and juiced and protein powdered, and you can send them to your other games, whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. So that's what I was reading up, and yeah. So I'm having very high hopes for Champions. However, it is true, Pokemon does have a tendency to, you know, do 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, and all of a sudden hit you with that fine print that you're like,
that you're looking forward to it all.
I see.
So let's hope Champions doesn't have some kind of scummy, you know, tactic to it.
Speaking about scummy, we have the Legend CA DLC, which just showcased some more new Mega Evolutions.
I'm so pissed at that trailer.
I was like, I saw that and I was like, why are they showing this? And then they showed all the megas. I'm like, oh, they just were telling people, hey, like if you missed out, this is what you're missing out on. And then they just like revealed every mega that they wanted to show off.
Didn't they show off?
There's one that I forgot. I had no idea about. They also showed Mega Garchomp, but there's other ones from like the DLC as well.
The Mega Garchomp was the new reveal.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I see.
So they did that whole trailer, spoiling the whole game just to reveal the Mega Guard. It was so lame. I was so upset.
Mhm.
Dude, they showed Megas I didn't even know existed because I didn't beat the DLC.
There's one I was like, I had no idea about. I was like, what? Like,
I feel like they didn't give us a chance. Like, they were like, all right, you didn't beat the DLC within 2 months? All right, we're spoiling everything. What the hell's wrong with you? Like,
Damn.
I don't know why they did that. It's pretty scummy, man.
They heard all the shit talking that people were doing on ZA. They're like, boom, all right, it's spoiled. Have fun.
Those of us who actually paid for it got punished. Come on, man.
Damn.
Like,
Oh,
what
well.
happened?
That sucks. We also got
Well, I didn't pay
Pokemon
for
Pokopia.
it. Dear So got it to me.
Oh, yeah, some more Pokopia stuff
more
that they showed off.
Pokopia. Not Pokopia. Pokopia.
Oh,
Pokopia?
it's Pokopia? It's not Pokopia?
Is it? Wait.
Yeah, I also thought it was
Oh,
Pokopia.
I've been saying Pokopia. I like Pokopia.
Yeah, I like
Pokopia.
Pokopia better, but it's Pokopia. Like, I paid
Pokopia.
really close attention to
That makes sense,
in that
it's like
direction.
Pokemon Pokopia.
Yeah.
No,
Pokopia.
it's like
Why don't I-
Pokopia.
Wait, I'm saying it like Utopia. Like
No, that
Pokopia.
makes
Like,
sense,
it's
but
like a
it's
Utopia.
Pocotia. Pokopia.
Pokopia.
That's how they
Pokopia.
call it in the
Are you guys interested in Pokopia? Because I'm very interested. I just can't afford it.
No, I'm not.
So I've kind of become interested in it. I do think I might
Yeah,
might
they're
get
beating
it.
him up in the
We'll
podcast.
see.
as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. They were
Sully
telling me
and
like,
Beat 'em
oh,
up.
you could buy it now. Sully even said like, yeah, I'll go halvesies with you. I was just like, fuck, maybe I should. But 'cause it does look like, you know, entertaining and fun and whimsical.
Yeah.
My thing is just like, it's the money. Two, it's like, how much of this am I actually going to play? Because it looks fun. It just looks like there's a lot you have to be keeping up with.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's Dragon Quest Builders, it's Animal Crossing, it's Pokemon, all
It's
like
Minecraft
wedged into
as
one.
well.
Yeah,
Minecraft.
basically.
So, the hope is that I do want to like enjoy it and like not feel like I have to like keep playing.
Mm-hmm.
So I
I heard it's a lot.
yeah, I am moving towards like purchasing it. Again, we know it's a game key card. That's the dagger, and the fact that the file size doesn't really make sense for it to be a game key card as well is kind of weird. So
I don't know if you guys know this though. You know, you don't have to buy the game. Sully and Beat 'em Ups could do the game share, and then that's how you get in.
oh,
get in
that's
there.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
If one person has the copy, you can get other people on there using the game share.
Oh.
Interesting. How long is that for though? Is that like a
What do you mean?
isn't it like a time limit on how long the game share could be on for?
Oh, is that true? I don't even know.
I forget. I gotta rewatch like the Switch 2 like video again
Yeah, me
all
too.
over again. There's just some stuff I probably still missed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what also would have sold me on it if it uses the camera, but it doesn't.
It
So what
doesn't.
the hell did we get? So why did people buy the camera?
That would have been cool if you could have, you know, warp
With
its
your
face
face.
to me.
Yeah, like woo! Yeah, that'd be really funny.
That would have been funny.
Oh, it's coming in an update or something. I feel it more than likely.
Which games
Yeah, I mean-
are
camera.
using
I
the
didn't fall
camera
for that.
besides Mario Kart and Mario Party? And the campfire
Like yeah, besides the $5 campfire game,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are they
I
using
actually
the
don't know.
cameras?
Oh, I think also, by the way, isn't this the year that like you have to start paying for game chat? I think.
Yeah, this
You're
is the
lying.
year. Well, in
Wait, let me see.
in
Hold on.
June,
Hold on.
We're
Oh,
supposed
are you
to.
talking about for those? Oh, because it's free, right?
Yeah, it's free
Or
right now,
what are you
but
talking
I
about?
think we're going to have to pay for it on June.
Well, no,
Let's
not for
see.
us because we already have online memberships, right?
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yes, you need an NSO. Yeah, we have NSO. So you're
We have
good.
NSO, so we're not for us, but like
No,
those
no, no,
who
we're
are
good.
just using it for free without an online membership. Which I mean,
Yes.
that doesn't even make sense. Like, wouldn't you need the camera to play online anyways? Because that isn't it just online features that use the camera? So how are you even doing that?
Yeah, there's nothing. You know, as far as I know, there's no game.
No,
That specifically uses the
something
camera
is playing online, and another thing is using game chat. So they are two separate things.
Oh yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So you're literally paying for a button on your Switch too. You're paying
Yeah,
extra
that's right.
for this
Wait,
button.
what? Wait, but we have NSO, so we're good, right?
Yeah, we are okay. We're
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like,
It's saying that like you could use game chat without having an NSO because you could still connect with your friends online.
that's stupid because you could do online chat on PlayStation without having an online membership.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because I play Marvel Rivals and Fortnite and all that, and I don't need an online membership.
Yep.
Yep.
It's
Oh.
weird. It's weird.
And,
Just when we get some cool stuff, we're just like, never mind.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
So-
saying. Like that's one thing I get really sick of with Pokemon Company and Nintendo. It's like they do cool stuff, and all of a sudden they just do some weird little thing where you're like, bruh, like you had to ruin it. You had to ruin it. You make all this money. I see the charts. I see how much money you make. But no, you gotta keep pinching. Oh my gosh, that's really annoying.
But anyways,
we have NSO, so it doesn't really make a difference. So.
Exactly. Sure. And now we're in the main event, just an hour in into the podcast. Well, before talking about wins and waves, Cisco, didn't you have something you want to show and unbox on the podcast?
Sir, it's a work in progress, but I would like to show off something about Pokemon wins and waves. First, we got.
Oh, wow.
Bonbon.
For all the audio listeners, Cisco printed a 3D printed a Bonbon. That's amazing.
We got
a Rowlet.
Oh, it's kind of hard to see.
Let's go.
Legs fell off, but that's because I have to paint them, so I sometimes I do that. I broke off the pieces. This is gonna be more morbid. We got Gekwa, but it's decapitated.
No! That's a small.
The reason
neck,
why is
why.
because it's so hard removing the support. So I also have some more, Brouts, and
nice.
These supports are a pain in the butt cheeks to get off, man. So sometimes I'm just like, dude, you know what? I just rip it, and that's how Gekka's face came off. But the thing is like I was like, you know what? That actually works out because it's easier for me to paint if the parts are separated. And I'm gonna grab like a toothpick and super glue and try to get that in place.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so I was trying to get that done really much quicker so that I could post it on Twitter and people be like, how did you do this already? Because I'm already seeing people upload their like creations and I'm like,
oh my gosh, yeah,
like they're getting the thousands of views and thousands of likes and I'm like, no, I'm missing out on the hype. But I've been so busy today with family stuff, and so I had no progress.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
That's okay.
That's
okay,
awesome.
looks awesome.
Well, let's talk about the starters. Which one are you guys choosing? The green Angry Bird? Are you choosing the literal dog, or are you choosing the little pet shop figurine?
Little pet shop. That's funny. That's so funny. I like that people say
it's
that.
It's a tough one because it's funny. I've been talking to like many different people, like even besides like the guys on the podcast, so like my work friends, so my IRL friends, like I've been talking to everyone. And the consensus is that like it's still going to take a little bit of time for me to kind of like recognize them as like these are the starters because it still feels kind of weird to put them in like the other Pokemon that we know and love. However, with that being said, as of right now, I am thinking about Gekwa just because like I like the possibility of like what it could evolve into. Because I know right now people are like, oh, that shit looks ugly, blah blah blah. I'm thinking I'm not predicting this, but it'd be cool. Just the way that its eyes look, maybe a water psychic or a water poison, especially if it looks kind of like a dart, like a poison dart, like gecko or something, not even a frog. So I'm thinking the water poison would be a really cool typing.
That would be cool.
And I've been looking at like my track record of starters that I've picked. I usually have been picking a lot more water as of recently, but like I've always picked a lot of grass Pokemon. I want to go with Brout, but like Rowlet's right there. Like we already have. Like it's just kind of tough for me to do that. So, and also let me just say too, Bonbon is adorable, but like I feel like there might be other fire types in the game too that I might want to try as well. So I don't know. I'm thinking right now Gekwa for me.
Interesting, Cisco.
Rowlet's my favorite Pokemon, so I'm gonna have to go Brouts. The thing is, I like all three. The dog is my least favorite, but I still like the dog. And the reason why is I actually don't really like little dogs, like the little cutesy dogs. I like big boys. I got my pit bull, my German Shepherd, and I grew up with those bigger dogs, so I like bigger dog breeds. Little yappy dogs that bite your ankles, I've always kind of not really liked them that much. So, and this one's based off of Pomeranian.
Pomeranian.
I think so.
Pomeranians, yeah.
I think those dogs are ugly. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I'm willing to be convinced. This is a heart that's willing to change.
I'm saying right now that's what Gekwa's would be for me, but like we have like a year and some change that I might change my mind.
My heart is willing to change. If you guys like those little dogs, tell me why you love them so much. I am.
Type it in the comments below.
So yeah, I'm willing to listen. But I heard an interesting theory about these starters. Unless you want me to say that later.
No.
Of what
Well,
they
I just want to
evolved
say the
into?
one that I
Yeah,
will
go
be
first.
choosing because I actually do want to get Pokemon Winds and Waves. I do. This is the. I think I'm going to start with Gen
Join
10.
us.
Let's go.
I'm going with
That's cool.
Waves
That's even crazy thing.
because I love underwater
Oh, okay,
stuff.
yeah, with the game.
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
getting Waves, and I love your answers because I'm actually thinking of getting Pombon.
Woo! Look at that. We got our 3 right
We
here.
have the 3 because I've just seen so many memes of Pombon. Like,
He's the favorite for sure.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
no thoughts at all, just the derpy face. Or, for example, the meme from Everything Everywhere All at Once when there's this chick with the fucking chihuahua and she's
Oh,
like
Yeah, and she's like
using
slinging it
yeah,
around.
spinning it like
Yeah.
me and my Pombon against the world, like that kind of stuff. I want to get a Pombon. I also love dogs. I also love fire. I think Pombon can evolve into a lion-esque type or something
Some
like
sort
that.
of like,
That would change my mind.
beast,
Like,
I'm
flame, like flame beast.
Yeah.
Like a flame beast, something like I think there's a similar beast in Kirby. I don't know, a fire giant dog like Arcanine.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I would love that. And that's why I'm going with Pombon.
I like it. I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. I'm interested like to see one. I want to know what the evolutions look like, obviously,
Mhm.
but two, like I want to know like the secondary typings because I feel like at least for me, when I see a Pokemon that is just like a singular type, like for the most part, even if it's a starter, like I feel like that's just kind of like sure. I feel like it works well for like the earlier gens. Like I know Charmander like as a fire type up until Charizard fire flying, Venusaur poison grass, Blastoise being just water. Sure, that works. But then like when let's say for example, like Sword and Shield,
Mhm.
the fact that all 3 of them were just grass, fire, water at the very end, you're like, I feel like the way even the way they look too, I feel like it could have been something extra.
Mhm.
And I know they kind of fixed that in Scarlet and Violet, because they did change up the typings a little bit. You had water fighting for Quaquaval, Skeledirge was fire ghost, and Meowscarada was grass dark. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that. Those are cool typing variations. So I would love to see more of that too with these final evolutions. But as of right now, yeah, like all we have is just the starters. I like our picks. I like how each of one of us is like picking the very like specific one. And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll see. So what were you gonna say about the starter, Cisco?
So
wanna
I
hear.
saw, obviously everyone's having their theories about the evolutions and what they'll be. I don't know. There was one video that really caught my attention. I forgot the name of the creator. I will have to like comment that down later on. But there was a TikTok I saw where this guy was talking about he thinks he's figured it out, and he thinks they're gonna be based off like kind of like Japanese or like I don't even think it's necessarily Japanese, like just Asian themes of Pombon would be a calligraphy because like the top of his hair looks like a almost like a paintbrush.
And
And
the
so it might be
bottom
based
of
off a
the paw
calligrapher?
has like a kanji, right? I think I saw that.
Does it? Oh, I didn't see
I
that.
think
I
the
did see
bottom
that,
of the
yeah.
paw
They
has a
think
kanji.
this individual again. I'll pull up his name in a second. That it would be a calligrapher. Brout would be a sumo wrestler, and Gekwa would be a geisha.
Oh,
Oh,
And he
okay.
was breaking it down like why he think that would be.
Interesting.
Here, I will look for
you know
that.
what? I kind of like the idea of like Brow becoming like this kind of big like
That's what I'm
buff
hoping for
grass
too.
fighting thing. Yeah, kind of like a
Yeah.
Chestnut, but like even like kind of like puffy or whatever.
Yeah,
I like that.
I want them
really
to
do
lean
like
into
that.
themes like that would be a really cool theme. I looking through my TikTok right now to see because I want to give him credit.
Mhm.
Damn.
Here we go.
Oh, by the way, too, real quick, we mentioned this like a while back, or not even a while back, like yesterday. Cisco, I know, has in the past has done a thing where like he streams like the game on like release day and like gets all the starters and just gives them to people who need like want to have all 3.
Aw.
Definitely think he should do that for Winds and Waves, just because I feel like we pick our starter, but like I want to have all 3.
Yeah, of
I want to be
course.
able to like to
Yeah.
train and battle with them and evolve them. So
Yeah, I'm hoping, and that's my intention is to do another stream where I'm giving the starters. That's always fun to do. I did that for I started with Sword and Shield, and I don't know if I did that. I think I did that for Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, I did do it for
I
Scarlet
think
and
you
Violet.
did, yeah.
I did, but not many people showed up. Sword and Shield people were like, I remember so many people were showing
They're like,
up.
give it to me.
Yeah, but no.
So you
But,
would just
like-
restart the game and give starters to everyone?
So Fahad helped me out. So what we did was I would trade my starter to Fahad,
Mhm.
and then Fahad would send it back. Or no, sorry, I think Fahad was the one that was like restarting his game and sending it to me, and then I would use Ditto to reproduce all the Pokemon. So what we were doing is he would constantly restart while I was progressing through the story, trying to get to Ditto really quick. And then in Generation 9 with Scarlet and Violet, Terisu, Trainer Terisu, he's also like a Pokemon creator, helped me do that as well. So
That's right.
yeah, for next generation, maybe you guys will help me out. I do have the guy's name now. So the creator that I was talking about, his name is Matt Corey Sings, Matt Corey vocal coach. And
that video so familiar.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Yeah, the video I'm talking about actually already has 1.4 million views. So
whoa,
I'll send it to you guys right now. I'm gonna DM it to you guys on TikTok.
Thank you.
Got NightSky and DAGG.
Thank you.
But I don't know. I really like this theory. I kind of hope he's right because a calligrapher would be insane. A wrestler, like a sumo wrestler for Brout, I think would also be cool. And I think the geisha. Yeah, I mean,
of course.
Who doesn't want a geisha? You know, who wouldn't want a geisha?
Yeah, a sumo bird. That'd be so full.
That'd be so fun.
I can see it too, like the eyebrow. So I think I just saw in the comments too said the eyebrows could mean that it could be like a kabuki mask or something. Like kind of
I don't know. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do.
Me too.
And I hope we don't get a Quackleval situation. Sorry for those who like Quackleval.
That's fine.
I mean, I actually do really like Quackleval. The only problem is I don't like the animations. Like, I don't like its design. It looks like it broke its back. I'm like, what happened to it?
Yeah.
And then its feet look scary too. But
anyways,
I already got that.
I just have one more final topic because it's getting pretty late.
Oh, you're right.
Just one. Well, I just lost my train of thought. But for in the meantime, which game are you guys going to get? Winds or waves? If you have to choose one, because I know you guys are probably going to choose both.
Both. If they're $80 though, that'd be kind of wild. Ugh.
160 for both if that's the case. Ugh.
My God. Okay, well, I'd say it's funny because Wood kind of had kind of did a breakdown of like why we pick the games we pick, because some it's just like the first one in the list is always the one that people pick. I usually kind of go for like the second half because I picked Y, I picked Violet, but I also picked like Sword, I picked Omega Ruby. So for me, I think that like the idea of winds and waves I think is really cool. The water looks great. Actually,
let's talk a little bit about the graphics. They look amazing.
Yeah, afterwards, yeah. But at least in terms of the game, I'm thinking like more of the legendary as well. I kind of want to go with waves. Like I think like the motion of the ocean, if you will. I think I like kind of the idea of that. Well, wind looks cool too. I like the logo for wind.
Yes. Cisco?
Well, I most likely will get both, but actually the whole thing about the people pick the first title, I didn't even know that. That's actually really interesting because I also went with like X, Omega Ruby. I went with like all the first ones. So that's interesting. So I don't know because we don't know anything about what's the difference between these besides just the names. So I it's too early to tell. I need to see what the legendaries are, the exclusives, all of that. If we have a hot professor in one and then only a man in the other, we have to see. So I don't know. We'll have to see because I remember I wanted Miraidon. I wanted Koraidon, and then he's on a bicycle. The Pokemon Company lied. The Koraidon wasn't a bicycle, and so I wanted Miraidon, but then I went with Koraidon because the professor or something. I don't know, but it's way too soon to tell. In the Cisco's mind, there are so many factors that have to be weighed in before I choose one. But just based off of just themes, I also like water, like you guys. So I probably would go for waves. I don't want to look at the Pikachu. I don't like. I think everyone's like, they're so cute. The weave. I think they're ugly. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I hate them.
To be honest, I don't like them either. They look weird.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, they look so weird.
They're kind of they're a little jarring. Yeah,
they look like racist tourists. That's what they look like.
Yes. They
look like they're coming in. Do you know English? That's what they look like.
Yeah, like U.S. tourists in Cancun or Cozumel or stuff like that. Yeah.
They look like. Yeah. It pisses me off. I'm like, ugh.
And like they're tan and they have like
tan. I hate it. I don't like it. I'm sorry. If you guys like it, more power to you. But I hate it.
No, I don't like it. Yeah. Well, just one more thing to say. I love the graphics. I think Pokemon has finally nailed it. There's still a lot to see, but so far, I think they've done a really good job, really using the Switches to potential.
Because remember, this is a Switch 2 exclusive.
Yes.
So Switch 1 users, sorry, man. The console turns 10 years old next year. I think it's about time. I think it's way past due that we get some more exclusives.
It's about time. Especially if we're going to cry about Switch 2 has no exclusives, and then they got an exclusive and we're mad about that. But also, like, it's not even about that, you know, any kind of discourse aside. It just makes sense. I mean, this game's not coming out this year. It's coming out at the end of next year.
Yes.
So, or sorry, I'm assuming the end of next year.
Yeah, probably around
So we
November.
almost have a 2-year wait. So it would be the Switch would almost be 12 years by the time this game comes out, right? Or 11 years.
11 years.
So,
yeah,
I think
probably 11 years.
So yeah, it's gonna be some time, guys. So by then, the Switch 2 will already be like the focus for Nintendo. They always do this, right? Like they kind of release games like a year or two.
On both
in the
consoles.
New console. I think the 3DS was still getting games like a year or two in until they dropped it.
Yeah.
So this is the same situation.
Well, that's really good. Is there anything else you guys want to say? Mention?
One last thing I do think I've not seen too many people talk about it. Maybe just because we still haven't seen enough.
Yeah.
But the fact that in the trailer they showed you going underwater, leads me to believe that you can explore underwater and actually catch and battle Pokemon underwater.
True. That's true. Yeah.
So I would love to see more of an expansion on that. I think it's a really cool addition.
Actually, I have a theory that's going to be kind of like Tears of the Kingdom, in which you have the mainland, then you can explore the sky in winds, and you can explore the underground, but instead of underground or underworld, it's actually underwater. As the depths.
In waves.
Yeah. That's my theory.
And some of the exclusive Pokemon will be either in the sky or underwater.
Yes.
I think you're right.
That's a good theory. I like that.
That's my theory.
Clip that.
Anyways,
good stuff.
Cisco, anything else you want to add up?
Not really. I think we covered pretty much everything.
One more thing that got announced, which looks really cool. There's a 30th anniversary retro Pikachu plush in Japan that looks adorable.
I want it.
When I go to Japan, if they still have it, I'm going to get that one because he looks adorable. Well, thank you guys so much for making the time to be here. I know it's really hard to fit the schedule for all three of us to be here in the exact same time, but thank you for being this late and being part of the podcast. You guys are amazing friends, the first ever guest on the podcast and the first ever 2026 guest of the podcast. Cisco and KnightSky, where can we find you?
Just go you first.
You can find me on YouTube at NintenCisco. It's like Nintendo, but then you take it out and add Cisco to it. Totally original for a Nintendo YouTuber. But yeah, you can find me on there. But you can also find me on TikTok and Instagram at NintenCisco. And the idea is that I'm going to be a lot more heavy on the content for short form. I will not be uploading in short form on YouTube because I heard it really messes up with your analytics and stuff. But on TikTok and Instagram, I really want to have a presence there. So the idea is I'm going to be doing lots of shorts and doing lots of videos and stuff. And then if I could say a little update, I got sponsored from Square Enix.
Congrats, congratulations.
Thank you. They gave me the game Paranormal Sight, The Mermaid's Curse, and I've been playing it, been loving it, and I'm hoping to get the review out Monday or Tuesday. I don't know. They never gave me a deadline, so I don't know how much time I got, but Aiden said that for him with Shin-Chan, that he had about a month to play it. Key, I think, only had, I don't know how long Key had it. I thought I had to get it out within the week, and I was freaking out, but it looks like maybe there's a little more wiggle room. But I'm passionate about the game, and I'm really excited to talk about it, so.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Sight, The Mermaid's Curse. Looks really cool. Yeah.
Congratulations. And
thank you.
Mr. Sky, where can we find you?
Find me KnightSky on YouTube with a K at the front. And on Twitch, you can find me KnightSky02. I'm also, like Dag said before, I'm a co-host on the Nintendo podcast. We record and stream weekly Thursdays. So you'll find me there talking about something, hopefully being right next time about a lot of stuff. But yeah, looking forward. I got a video coming out next week, which may feature someone who's on this podcast in it. So
Cisco.
Look out for that, perhaps. But so look out for that. That's coming out some point early next week. That's the plan. But yeah, you can find me on there making cool content. Hopefully get some more videos out this year.
Everything will be linked in the description, all their channels or their page or all their pages. And if you're listening on Spotify, head over to YouTube, click on the description of this podcast, and you will find their social media. Thank you everyone so much for watching. It was great having you guys here. I really do appreciate it, and hope we can do this again soon. And when Pokemon Winds and Waves comes out, we'll definitely do a reunion of this podcast. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time. See ya. Bye.
Peace out. Bye-bye.